It would be 10% of your total income. You can choose to do charity or not. You don't have to do charity. If you choose to do the charity, you pay 10% of your total income, and for the next 3 turns, you can use 2 dice to go around the board quicker. If you end up using 2 dice, that means you might pass paycheck twice instead of once. If you're sitting before the square called baby or the square called downsized, the good news is if you roll 2 dice, you can't hit baby or downsized. So it gives you a little more control. And I tell people when it comes to charity, in real life, charity isn't just about the money that you give people. Charity is the time, the knowledge, the effort, the money, the things that you donate. It's a lot more than just, is it something you can write off with the IRS? So I do what I do with the Cashflow games. This is one of my ways of giving charity. I want to be able to spill out to people and then have you create a ripple effect, and you go out and you create something in the world that I will never see and I will never know about. So the next square you guys can land on or pass is paycheck. Those are those yellow squares. Now here's what's important about paycheck. If you land on paycheck or if you pass paycheck, you get your paycheck only if you ask for it. Now some of you fun people will tell me, but I get direct deposit at work. Guys, I went to Macy's. I spent $500 on bed linens. I like nice things. I was supposed to get 15% off because that was the sale running at the time. I got in the car to leave, and the more I thought about it, it's like there was something about that number that just didn't make sense. And I pulled the receipt out. 15% of $500 is $85. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a pretty good deal, right? So I looked at the receipt, and I saw she didn't do the 15%, and I called Macy's, and they ended up putting it back on my card. All right? So you lose paychecks by not paying attention to what you're doing. In real life, some of you are going to pass paycheck or land on paycheck and you're not going to trigger it. Now, what I noticed when I played in this game is if I didn't have a lot of money and I landed on or passed paycheck, I made sure I got that paycheck. But if I had a lot of cash, I didn't notice it and wouldn't ask for it. And I had to start asking myself, how does this apply in my real life? And I started noticing when I had a lot of money, I wasn't paying attention to who owed me back or where I needed to take care of other things. And I had checks that I needed to deposit that didn't get deposited for 3 weeks at a time.